Chapter 18. I reached the Raj High School playground at 6 in the evening. I saw a few teenage students on court. We smiled as we acknowledged each other. I asked for the ball. A student passed it to me. I was touching the dusty and dotted rubber texture of the ball after ages. I took a shot. Chuck. The soft sound of the ball going through the net without touching the ring told me I still had it in me. A few students clapped. "Where's St. Stephen's?" one boy said. He had noticed my college t-shirt. I looked at the boy. He seemed clueless about my fancy college. I had been like him not too long ago. I told him about my alma mater. "English college?" he said. "Completely. That too high-class English," I said and laughed. "I will never make it." I entered through the sports quota. "Maybe you can too." I dribbled the ball. The thumping sound matched my heartbeat. "I am not that good," he said. I threw the ball at him. He caught it reflexively. "Let's see. I am Madhav, by the way." "Parth," he said, and dribbled the ball. I tackled him as he ran across the court. He was good, but not experienced. It took me 20 seconds to take the ball back from him. I took a shot, even though the ring was quite far. I missed. Parth collected the ball and took a shot. He scored. I high-fived him. The last of the sunlight fell on the court. It cast long shadows of the already tall players. I stared at the darting shadows, unable to focus on the game. "What?" Parth said. He had scored another basket. "Nothing," I said, blinking rapidly. He passed me the ball. I caught it by habit, still lost in thought. I wondered if they had basketball courts in London. I was pretty sure they did. I wondered if she still played. And if she did she think of me? "Shoot, Bhaiya," Parth said. I threw the ball. It not only missed the basket, but also the entire frame. My laziest and worst shot ever. Parth looked at me, shocked. "What level did you play, Bhaiya?" Parth said. His hopes of joining Stephens went up. If someone as sloppy as me could get in through sports quota, so could he. I smiled at him. I ran across to pick the ball. I took a shot. I missed again. I passed the ball back to Parth. "I guess I'm not much of a player anymore," I said. "Should I call my other friends? We can play a game." I shook my head. "I'll just bring down your level," I said and left the court. "Why has the MLA called us? This can't be good," my mother said. "Let's find out. Why are you getting so stressed?" My mother and I walked from our house to MLA Oja's residence. Useless fellow, Ma said. "Shh, we are here," I said as we entered the compound of Oja's bungalow. A freshly shaved Oja in a sparkling white kurta pajama received us with folded hands. "What an honor, Rani Sahiba," he said, beaming. "You ordered us to come. What choice do we have, Ojaji?" my mother said. "It was a humble request, Rani Sahiba," Oja said. We followed him to his huge living room and took our seats on red velvet sofas with huge gold embroidered flowers. His dutiful wife, her head covered, arrived with a tray of water and juice. My mother took the tray from her. Mrs. Oja touched my mother's feet. "Bless you, Kasam," my mother said. Kasam scurried back into the kitchen and brought back a tray of snacks comprising laddus, kaju katli, bhujia, and almonds. "Please don't be formal," my mother said. Oja sat on the sofa across us, a fixed grin on his face. Rajkumarji came to me for assistance. "I'm sorry, but I'll explain my helplessness," he said. "We understand," my mother said. "Well, I have a proposal. You can help me. In return, maybe something can be done for the school." "Is it legal?" my mother said. Oja laughed hard. His plate shook in his hands. "Nothing like that at all. In fact, a chance to make Dumran and your school proud." Mother and I waited. Oja put his plate down. "Frankly, it's a big headache for me. I need your help as I'm stuck." "What's the matter?" my mother said. "Have you heard of Bill Gates?" "Bill Gates? No. Is it a place?" my mother said. "No, a person. Some Videshi who makes computers or something." "Mr. Bill Gates, chairman of Microsoft. They make computer software," I said. My mother and Oja looked at me as if I were a genius. "You know this person?" my mother said. "The richest guy on earth," I said. "Yes, that's what I have heard. He has lots of money," Oja said. $60 billion, I said. "How much?" Oja said. 2,40,000 crore rupees, I said. Oja's eyebrows went up an inch. "What?" my mother said. "So much. And how do you know all this?" "Read it in a magazine. It's common knowledge, ma," I said. "Mr. Oja, you were saying," my mother said. "Well, this Gates is coming to India. To Bihar, in fact." "Has he gone mad? He makes so much money so he can come visit Bihar?" she said. Oja laughed. "I don't know much, Rani Sahiba. He has some NGO. They are bringing him here." "Why?" "Maybe he will see the interiors of Bihar and feel richer. My mother and Oja laughed. Oja left the room and came back with a letter. He handed it to me. The letter had come from the State Ministry of Rural Welfare. To all MLAs or district collectors or DCPs. The State Ministry of Rural Welfare is pleased to inform that eminent entrepreneur and philanthropist Mr. Bill Gates will be visiting Bihar along with delegates from the Gates Foundation from 15th April to 22nd April 2009. The state government would like to extend its support to his team. In that regard, request your good officers to provide all cooperation as needed. Suggestions for places Mr. Gates could visit or any events he could grace as chief guest on his week-long trip to Bihar are welcome and encouraged. Please contact the relevant officials in the Rural Welfare Ministry with any queries or suggestions. Signed, Banwar Lal, Minister for Rural Welfare, State Government of Bihar. The other side of the page carried the Hindi translation of the same letter. So, how can we help you? My mother said, after reading it herself. Rani Sahiba, if Bill Gates comes here, my constituency will be in the news. Will be good for Dumron. You will get press coverage. The minister will give you a pat on the back. Say that, Ojaji, my mother said. He couldn't suppress a smile. Well, that too, he said. But ultimately, it is good for our town. My mother knew the political game. Oja wanted a Lok Sabha ticket in the next election. He had to do things to get noticed. What exactly would you like us to do? I said. Organize a school function. Invite him as a chief guest. Through me, of course. I'll ask the ministry to put the school visit on his agenda. No, no, no. Ma threw up her hands in the air. What, Rani Sahiba? Oja said. I can barely run the school. I don't have the resources to organize a function. Who will pay for the arrangements? We will, Oja said promptly. I will pay for the function. I thought you didn't have any funds, I said. The MLA looked at me. See, son, I'm trying to help you. But there has to be something in it for me. So you pay for the function? People come, attend and leave. What do we get in return? I said. Your school's name will be in every paper, he said. We don't need publicity. We need toilets, I said. We will arrange some makeshift toilets for the day. Exactly. You are the only interested in that day. What about us after that? My mother stood up to leave. We will whitewash the school for you, Oja said. I looked at my mother. Perhaps there was something here. Toilets? I said. Over there, Oja said, pointed to a door in the right corner. No, I don't want to use the toilet. I meant What about the school toilets? That's a big project. The school doesn't have plumbing. Everything needs to be done from scratch. Too expensive and too little time to do that. That is what we need: toilets, electricity, and a new roof, my mother said. For just one function, I can't justify so much. I will whitewash the school, make all the arrangements for the function. For just one function, I can't justify so much. I will whitewash the school, make all the arrangements for the function. Sorry, MLAG, my mother said. We walked out of the house. The MLA called me aside. Think about it, he whispered in my ear. Rani Sahiba never trusts me. But you know how important this gates is. A lot of important people will come. I walked up to my mother. Let's do it, I said. Who will do all the work? She said. I will. Don't you want a whitewash? She looked at me. Please, Ma. She gave a brief nod. Okay, I said. This is the first time I have seen a sparkle in your eye since you come back. So yes, okay? I gave Oja a thumbs up.